Hello, adventurer, and welcome to our Heroes of Theros actual playthrough. As always, it is a safe-for-work, story-driven D&D campaign. If you're a first-time viewer, we recommend starting your quest on Episode 1. Otherwise, stick around and be transported to the mythic world of Theros. Last time, our heroes found themselves ready to take a much-needed long rest. Continue on their path to hopefully leave Narano, the group decided to stop at a nearby island to set up their camp. After volunteering for first watch, Alandros noticed a strange figure near the beach which he recognized as his father. Thinking it to be a trick, he decided to wake up Vasilis to back him up. As they investigated more, Vasilis began to see who he thought was Theseus. Both he and Alandros decided it would be best to go back when suddenly Vasilis was overcome with regret and thrown into a fit of rage, suddenly attacking Alandros. Alandros took a lot of damage before trapping Theseus and getting the rest of the group. After snapping out of it, the group questioned Vasilis on what could have caused his rage. Volunteering to gain answers, Vasilis agreed to be the subject of an identify spell cast by Alandros. The group was shocked to learn that their barbarian friend was under the influence of a 9th level modify memory. As they made their way back to the ship, our heroes noticed a massive form falling from the sky before striking the underworld and sending a huge shockwave their direction. And that is where we left off.
We had gone to sleep.
No, we were getting back on the boat.
Yeah, we were getting on the boat after we...
You were getting off the island because you thought it to be unsafe.
Yes. Was that what I thought it was?
What?
Calen, was that the visage of Clothis or something?
Maybe. Is my symbol still glowing?
Mm-hmm.
I'll just kind of hold up my hand.
How is that a maybe?
Listen. I don't know.
Does it glow for no reason?
I've only had it for like a day. I don't know what it does.
When was the last time it glowed? Shone so brightly.
Probably when I got it.
So when Colossus was close.
Well, sorry, I misunderstood your question. It's not like your hand has glowed as you've casted magic and things like that.
Yeah. It's
and
not brighter
it hasn't.
than usual.
No.
Okay.
It's the equivalent of your Krufix symbol, which is sort of like always a little bit glowing. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant by that. Sorry, I misunderstood.
I mean, it could have something to do with her. I don't know.
Is the thing, it landed in the water, correct? Or did it land?
You don't know.
So it was pretty far away then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this shape was massive. You could tell because it was so far away that it was huge.
Okay.
But it was very far away. Like, it was so far away that as it plummeted to the earth, like, it dipped past your view.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Mhm.
Okay, so it's like over the horizon
Yes.
line, kind of
Yeah,
afar.
like you
Okay.
didn't see its touchdown.
Okay.
You watched it kind of streak across the sky, and then you lost vision of it, and then boom, and then a massive shockwave came.
Okay. So
And
it
not
would
so massive.
potentially be far enough for us to still finish our long rest on the way to it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Is when we see
Well,
danger.
I say that we hop on the boat and make our way over there. We can all finish resting on the way.
Is it in the direction that we need to go?
Give or take, yeah.
Are we going to continue traveling while we sleep?
Yes, if we could. I don't know if.
I just worry about losing that wall. We know its general
Yeah.
vicinity right now, and the crew is not particularly motivated.
It's true, and the only thing that necessarily keeps us straight is, Thalassa, your bident. So, what if we...
I mean, we were partway through this rest. It's only, what, 5 hours?
Yes.
Which is probably like 10 weeks back on the material plane. Which I'm sure is doing swimmingly right now.
Yes, let's not think too hard about that. But perhaps, Thalassa, you could finish your rest and then maybe take the last watch. And in doing so, we could set sail then, the last few hours or so.
Love it.
We have a plan.
And nobody goes wandering off. We're gonna check each other. If you see anything that looks weird, call it out.
Yes.
I'm going to bed. Good night.
Vasilis, are you feeling well enough to finish, or I guess start your watch?
Yes, I can do that. I don't think I'll find sleep very easy right now anyway. I could use the time to think.
Right. And then we'll, or at least I'll, head on the ship and find a place.
There's room for everybody to sort of have their own space if they need it. And you're keeping watch, Vasilis?
Yep.
Okay. And so you guys are like departing from the island, right? Or are you staying on the island for now during just your rest?
Yes, until Thalassa
Gotcha.
wakes
Okay.
up, then we'll
Alright.
we'll head.
Okay. Roll for me a perception check, Vasilis.
You got it. Ah! 5. I would say just Vasilis is very distracted right now. In his own thoughts.
That makes sense. Nothing really seems
And suddenly, nothing happened.
awry. Correct. Where are you at on the ship, Vasilis?
That is a good question. I would say up at the front, towards like the front of the ship. I don't know what it's called. Is it that? It's not the bow. The bow is the back.
Yeah, the front.
The opposite of the bow.
Oh, the
That's
bow
right
is the
hand.
front.
The bow's the front.
Stern is the back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so the bow was right. Ship
was
turns, anyone?
You don't hear anything. Nothing particular. Do you do anything specific during your watch?
I would say he's just lost in thought. Honestly, not really doing anything specific. Maybe I'd say he has like his sword out, and like just like in kind of like anxious thought, kind of carving away at the boat a little bit. You know, just kind of digging it into the wood a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe taking chips off of the side rail.
Okay. Your watch passes uneventfully. Who's next
I'll
up?
go wake up whoever's next.
I'll go next, since the loss is going to do the last one.
All right. So, before you're woken up, roll for me a
Sleight of hand check.
I don't like when
Yes.
you go,
acrobatics. Roll
Acrobatics.
for me a wisdom saving throw.
That's good. It's a 6.
So, what are your what do you normally dream about? You had said this to me once before, but remind me.
I think I had said before that Calen doesn't usually have a lot of dreams.
Mm-hmm.
That when he does, they're very prolific.
Okay.
Usually when he does, it's about situations that have happened in the past. And maybe how a different choice could have come to a different outcome.
So, as you dream, you are dreaming about your choice to follow Crufix. You see vividly in your mind standing at the world tree, at this massive tree at the edge of the world. Nyx opening before you. You outstretch your hand to touch the tree, but then take it back and walk away. And you begin to sort of see flashes of your adventure not choosing that. You continue following Fanax and gaining his favor. You see, instead of drawing closer to Delphos and Thalassa, you begin to draw closer to Theseus. Closer than you were. You see yourself actively trying to help Theseus with his goal of confronting his father and taking his side at the gala in Akros. And then finally, at the bridge, you see yourself aligning with Theseus as you watch your friends Thalassa and Alandros leave on the flying chariot with Vasilis along. And in this sort of broken up vision, you see yourself almost participating in what Theseus is. You see he's making plans. You see he begins to develop a following, almost a cult worship. And you are with him, next to him, standing in this massive volcano. And as you go in, you don't see really what happens on the inside. That becomes a blur. But you see Theseus sort of standing over the motionless body of a massive metal god. And you see him holding up his right hand, which you know was the one he cut off, intricately designed in bronze. You see him admiring the craftsmanship of this god of the forge. And then you see something that doesn't feel like a part of the dream. You can't really tell what of this is reality and what of this is you just dreaming. But you see he kind of turns at you sharply and locks eyes with you in a confused but intrigued look. And he says, "Calen?" And then you wake up. You wake up in a jolt, sweaty, and your Clothis hand is glowing.
I'll look at the symbol of Krufix on my hand. Some answers.
It's glowing too, not quite as bright.
Some answers would be much appreciated soon. I'll just whisper. And then...
Is it a prayer?
I'd say yeah.
Okay, roll me a religion check.
Oh my gosh, I'm not using that dice anymore. 6. Can he do it again?
Another 6?
Yeah.
That would be 666. I'm not sure if that's what we want here.
We are in the underworld.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's on
It would
theme
be-
for sure.
It would be very on theme. Again, you kind of feel this distance with Krufix. Not that he didn't hear you, but that it just is far away, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Alright. I'll hop up and walk out onto the ship's deck.
You see a restless Vasilis at the front of the ship, like, about to get up. You can tell he's going to go get the next watch.
You doing alright?
Calen. Yeah, just pondering over events. Been quite the day.
That it has.
Night.
It's kind of hard to tell down here when it's all just dusk.
Very true.
I don't know what you're pondering. I might have an idea, but don't overthink it. You have a good heart.
Thank you. It means a lot coming from you. Calen,
Yes,
can I ask you a question?
absolutely.
Have you ever been too afraid to ask the gods a question because you're afraid of what the answer might be?
Yes. The first time that I don't know how much you know about our journeys, but we came across Clothis's hair in the ocean, and everybody reached out and touched it in our group, and I was the only one who didn't. And it was specifically because of what you just said. I was scared of the answer that I might get.
I've never been one to let fear control my life, but I don't know. Doesn't make this any easier.
Well, what's got you afraid?
I'm afraid of what's on the other side. Not on the other side, when you die. I think we've all established what happens there.
Yes, that's...
Looking around.
Yeah.
It's on the other side of... He kind of taps his helmet. I can't help but think, if it's supposed to be locked away, or if I'm suppressing my true self, what if this true self is worse? Or these memories, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what's on the other side. It feels like a wall, and I can't tell if that wall is there to protect or if it's a prison.
Well, I don't think I can answer that question, and there's only one way that you're going to find out whether it's a prison or if it's for your own good. However, I can answer the question about your heart. As far as I understand it, it can't change your core being. Whatever was done upon you, it can only affect certain periods of time. So I don't think you need to be afraid of whether you are going to have some other self come out of you. I think that you are already you. And even in this moment where you were not really able to provide us an answer, not because you weren't willing, but because you can't, you were still, at least I felt, being as honest as you could. And that says a lot about an individual.
I know in the end I'll have to face it sooner or later. That's beyond the question. I know it's what I have to do. But like I said, it just doesn't make things any easier.
Nope, it doesn't. And at least in my own personal experience, once I started to recognize my own potential, it seems to just get more and more complicated.
Well, there's no growth in the comfort zone.
It's true, and ignorance is bliss. At least that's how it appears when you're in it.
Yeah.
I am capable of getting rid of it for you. But that is your choice, and whatever you decide, I will respect, and I know that the group will as well. We'll support you no matter what.
I appreciate that. How soon could you do that?
I mean, I could do it right now if you wanted.
I'm giddy at the opportunity, yet not. I appreciate that. I think I just need a little bit more time to think. And I'd like to ask Proteus about it.
He is probably the only one who could maybe give you some answers. I don't know.
I feel that he may have some.
And if you are questioning your decision, I'd highly encourage you to talk to Alandros and Thalassa. They are much wiser than I am. And
Oh, you don't give yourself enough.
thank you. It's a new thing that I'm discovering about myself. But the both
Lots
of
of
them,
new things.
they are good people. Truly good people.
I agree. Well, I'll let you get to it. I'm gonna hopefully find some sleep.
Go get some rest.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Stay sharp. Keep your wits about you.
I'm sure I will.
Good night,
Good night.
Calen.
All right. You're just gonna do your watch there at the front of the ship.
Yeah, I want to go. Does our ship have one of those little pointy out things?
Yes, but it's under the water because it's a ship's ram.
Yeah. Okay, well, I want
So
to go
you
to
can.
I want to go to the most front part of the railing that I can
Mhm.
and just sit on the railing if possible, kind of where it comes
Yeah.
together, crisscross
Mhm.
applesauce, and I want to
Yeah.
just try and meditate.
All right. Are you trying to achieve anything through this meditation?
Inner peace.
I'm just trying to get some.
I don't know.
Tranquility.
I'm trying to just get some. Not even answers, but just
Like clarity?
clarity that I'm. I don't know, doing. Like what I'm doing is the right thing.
Roll me a religion check with advantage.
You roll 2 more 6s.
6 and a 6.
Okay, hold on. I rolled a 15 first,
Man.
but the second one was a 6.
No
Are you
way.
Yeah.
serious?
Same
Oh my
dice?
god.
No, different dice too. different dice.
Oh my god.
Use my Lord of the Rings dice.
That's wild.
You have Lord of the Rings dice?
Yeah, I do.
My
They
You can
parents
see
got
that
'em.
They have
Just hold your hand against it.
they have the one
It's
ring
the one dice.
inside of it. You can see it. Let me find it.
Oh, that's so
You can
cool.
see it right there.
Oh, there it is.
Ooh.
This one has multiple, and
awesome.
I have another set that has just one big one.
Oh, that's cool.
But they all have one inside of them.
That's sick.
Yeah, that one's really cool. It's just got the one floating.
The
That's
one
super cool.
ring and the one dice.
So 15 total.
Okay.
And specifically by what I mean by, like, is this the right thing? I mean, like, this Crufix, Clothis balance, and do they coincide with each other? Are they trying to have me work together for them? That's, like, specifically about the two of them is what I'm trying to find. Not so much, like, fighting Adelphos and all that stuff.
Yeah, yeah. As you meditate, you can feel as you meditate, rather than feeling like your attention or your energy or being drawn to either Crufix or either Clothis, you feel a balance. Does that make sense?
Yep.
You feel like a harmony, not necessarily like a teaming up, but like a coexistence that is, yeah, harmonious.
Okay.
And you can sort of feel that through the duet is passing to and from and between your Crufix symbol and your Clothic. Like you're like two atoms sharing a bond almost.
Yin and
Sharing
yang.
electrons. Yeah.
That's it.
And you're like
I'm multiclassing into a monk.
Hey, you're the one who said you wanted to meditate.
I
So
know.
and in your meditation, roll me a history check as well, as you're sort of clearing your mind and thinking about these two gods.
15.
Yeah. So you were never super learned in the gods, right? But the lore of most of the gods is passed down pretty liberally throughout the populace of Theros, regardless of where you come from or who you were. And you distinctly remember hearing once, almost in passing, years ago, that first gods, after the chaos, the Titans, were Crufix and Cloth.
That's a lot of weight.
And that both of them sort of just appears, and they're really the only true order of. But they know that
So they're
the legend bears that they are the originals, not before the Titans, not before chaos.
but they just.
Of the-
Did you say they appeared?
Mm-hmm. Came into being.
Weird. Man, I really wish I would have planned all this out with you, Jefferson, and had zero idea what I'm doing. Because I have no
That's the
idea
fun of
what
it.
any of this means, and we did not plan any of this.
Sorry.
No, it's great. I love it. But I'm just like,
That's how I play. It's all good.
ooh. All right.
That's how Calen feels. You know, it's like a new.
I don't make plans.
Nope. Neither does your care. Neither do I for you.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, I'll just close my hands, satisfied with the work that I did.
Okay.
And kind of in my heart, as I finish my watch, I'll just begin to list things that I'm grateful for.
Okay. Roll me a d8.
So many rolls.
2.
Okay, you can add 2 piety from Crufix or from Clothis.
Oh, are they separate?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. From Clothis? I'm gonna take it from Clothis.
Okay. I know. For all
I
of
was
you,
gonna say you should get some entry fee.
Theros
perks, right?
nerds.
Don't. If you play in Theros, don't change gods mid-game. Okay, it really sucks.
For all Theros nerds, that says, "Hey Jefferson, you can only have piety from one god at a time." I'm the god of this universe, and I say that Calen can have piety from 2 gods right now.
He's multi-classing. He's multi-godding.
Multi-god.
And
He
let's
also
be honest,
literally
it's
is
2
the
gods
presence
that
of
it
Horus.
would make sense for.
Very true. Very true.
All right. At the end of my watch, I'll go wake up Thalassa.
Okay.
I'll just come over and kind of shake her. Hey, it's time for your watch.
Already.
Yep, it's that time again.
All right. And I'll get up and I'll slowly walk over and grab the bident and head up. But I will obviously stand on the back of the boat so that I can help push us along to our direction.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I won't make you guys go through the hoops of like checking the coin every so often. Like, it's assumed that you've got the rough idea on how to. So yeah, you're using the currents to push the boat along this rough path that you've set, which you notice is in the direction of wherever came down.
Okay.
And roll me a perception check while you do it.
Oh, crap. What? This one. Do I got that number?
No.
That's what I thought.
Where's person?
So 16?
Nothing out of the ordinary happens as you begin sailing. Is there anything you want to do specifically on your watch?
I think I'm mostly just focusing on making sure the boat goes the right direction.
Okay.
I would try to kind of mentally remember so I could draw it on my map. But mostly I think I'm just focusing on steadying the course.
Okay. All right. The rest of you wake up whenever you wake up. You've assumed to have a long rest.
Yay!
Yay!
We did
A
it!
complete 100% long rest.
Let's go.
Heck
Except
yeah.
for solid. No, just kidding.
I've been sitting at a solid 3 hit points for way too long.
For so long.
Yeah.
I've been so uncomfy. Actually, no, 1 hit point. I forgot that I literally spent them all.
Oh, right.
Well, you got cured. You got
I
cured
healed you.
wounds. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I had healed
He
you.
cured wounds on you.
Just so you weren't like...
True. Very true.
I do like the imagery of
I forgot about
Alandros being like, Vasilis, are you good to take watch? And Vasilis is like bleeding out of his ears, just like face is all destroyed. He's like, yeah, you're gonna be okay. He's like
Just
trying to squint through his swollen eyes.
He's like, Vasilis, wake up, you're good.
His
right?
Rocky Balboa. He's just like, hey, Adrian.
Alandros,
Cut me.
Alandros.
Come here.
Yeah, I know, that's so funny.
Honestly, Vasilis is Rocky Balboa. That's I can't see him any other way now.
Would everybody join me up by Thalassa?
Yes, sure.
Once we're all there, I had a dream last night. About... It started when I was at Krufix's tree, and I'll recount everything that I had seen to them. And I don't know what to make of all of it. It's... Part of it feels real, but all the while it's kind of overlaid with that hazy dream feeling.
I'm not certain, but I could say that the mouth of the volcano sounds very similar to where they say Perforus resides.
And I did see what appeared at least to be, obviously I've never seen him, but it appeared
I
to
seen,
be...
honestly
like,
wouldn't be surprised if you said yeah.
I just
artistic
meant, yeah, I meant
depictions
like
of him.
in real life with
Yeah.
how many gods we've
Yeah.
met. It's like,
I think he hasn't made the list. Let me check.
He's on the list.
he's actually
he's
one
there
of
at the
two that
bottom,
we haven't
haven't
seen
met him.
yet. So,
Flip a coin.
I don't know what to make of it. It felt like Theseus could see me.
Well, we know some of it isn't true unless it's showing you that we're going to go back in time.
Well, it wasn't...
If you were standing on the bridge,
Yes, obviously we know up to the bridge that wasn't current and will never happen. However, the other dream I had was seeing Theseus approach this volcano with an army behind him, and then I see him with a new bronze hand, and I don't know. I just wanted to share it with all of you.
as you said, your two visions appear to align suspiciously well. I think that we have our answer as to when it's taking place. I believe Theseus must have visited, and it sounds like defeated. Yet another god has fallen.
Does that make anybody uncomfortable
Another.
single-handedly? If he did?
do you think that's what we heard?
Like that thing crashing down?
Yes.
Could have been. I hadn't thought of that.
Like the essence of Perforus falling down into the underworld.
Yes.
Yes, but somebody else is going
Well-
to get it. I'm not taking that one.
Was it not in the shape of Clothis, though? Her symbol.
Well, her symbol
You
shone,
guys
but that
couldn't
was it.
tell.
But
Yeah.
there was something with Clothis.
Yeah,
Your
because I'm
symbol-
pretty
My
sure at the
symbol
end you
glowed.
described it as like a Clothis thing fall, right?
I thought it was
think
like
we all
my
thought it was a
symbol
chain.
glowing.
Yeah, I said that chunks of what was Clothis's hair fell as something crashed
Okay.
through the ceiling. Because remember, the cloudy sky used to be.
Gotcha. So it was like breaking through that.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean,
A god entering
Yeah.
the underworld, maybe.
could be. It has to be the first time. Good.
I guess we won't know until we go and check out what's fallen. But
Well, we are headed that direction. It has kept true to our course.
These
it does not bring much hope, though.
No, and I don't know what to make of these two. I'll hold up my hands. I mean, these visions really started to kick off once I had Clothis's symbol.
I wonder if you're seeing some destinies or truths mixed in with the other, because they might be balancing one another.
Potentially.
Also,
I mean, the visions, for sure, probably from Clothis, as I gesture to the hand with her symbol on it.
Also, going back to the beginning, well, I guess the end of your dream, the beginning of how we got here, were you thinking about siding with Theseus?
No. You
It
mean
never
when
crossed your mind once.
I don't think so. The Theseus and I had a conversation one time on the ship before we had even reached Krufix's Isle, and we kind of were talking about the gods and how we both kind of had a disdain for them. And then shortly after, we arrived at Krufix's Isle, and everything changed for me then.
Yes.
And from that point on, it was never a thought.
What a conversation, by the way.
Yeah, it was.
What a throwback.
That's a good one to go listen to if you haven't, just so you know.
So I don't know. I don't know what to make of it all.
Well, I will say that between the two gods that you have, the one pointing to Clothis's symbol is, as we know, the goddess of destiny, and the other is known as the knower of all. So between the two, it doesn't surprise me that you've had visions of both past, present, and future. With one dealing with destinies and the other with knowledge. It just makes sense.
Yes.
I didn't even think of that.
Am I an oracle? Is that what's happening?
I don't know.
I don't know if I want that weight.
Are there oracles in Theros, Jefferson?
Yeah. there are.
Like, would we know of where oracles are? Like, is there one in each poli? Or like, are they just out?
Yeah, it's
It,
the
like, you just
crazy
find-
lady on every street corner.
Right?
Yeah, they're just loose.
Jethro.
They're just loose. Give me one
They're
second.
loose cannons.
Hubert, Dubert, and Lubert.
You never know what they're gonna do.
Give me 1 second.
Hubert, Dubert, and Lubert are actually the three fates.
They're the
Mhm.
three
Yeah,
fates.
yeah. Jethro was an oracle.
Jerry. Was Jerry an oracle?
Jerry. No, Jerry was just the greatest among us.
Yes.
He was just the most valiant.
Oh, I
Poor
had to
Jerry.
grab my Theros book. So. Oh.
It's magic. Oh, it's
Would you
magic.
Magic.
believe it's not so?
Only in Theros, though.
Only in Narrahano.
Never know.
I never knew.
You never knew.
You never knew if you never know. Also, if you have no idea what we're talking about, you have to go check out our after show.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. If you haven't watched the after shows, if you're just watching this and not the after shows, you're missing out on so much. So much. We deep dive into all of the nitty gritty, all of the stuff that, yeah.
And we also just get sidetracked like a bunch of squirrels.
Yeah, and we allow
that-
our tangents to continue on, whereas
Yep.
in here we try to maintain them.
Yeah,
But
maybe 3 or 4 comments.
We might change some things up
Ooh.
here. We might retcon something in this episode.
Ooh.
Okay.
First time
So-
ever.
In retcon stuff.
We've never ever changed anything
Nope.
in the past ever.
Nope.
if we
So-
have, let us know where it was, what
Please.
episode it was, because
Please
I'm
do.
sure we actually have.
I bet we've done it. Stuff
Comments
we just
are
know.
like, there's not enough room.
There's
Like,
no
it's-
way.
There's so much. The whole thing changes on a regular. Okay, so oracles are uncommon, and they are not necessarily like trained or brought up. They're more sort of just randomly occurring. And what's interesting mechanically about oracles is that they do not receive piety from a specific god. They receive an oracle piety, which is piety independent of
Ooh.
all gods, because oracles are the living connection
Mm.
The living connection of what?
between the gods and the mortals.
Ooh.
They can communicate directly with the gods, essentially. So, I guess you have a choice. Connor,
Mhm.
do you want to collect piety from either Crufix or either Clothis, or would you want to collect piety for Oracle piety?
I still want to take Clothis piety.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. That would have been the things that we changed, but we're good keeping it as it is.
Haha, so still, we've never retconned anything.
Once again, let us know in the comments which episodes and put timestamps as to where the other retcons are.
Oh, but only
Good luck.
in but only in Strahd, because my campaigns are perfect.
No, there is a retcon in Strahd, a pretty big one that hasn't actually happened yet because you guys haven't. Yeah, we'll probably
Well.
retcon it on episode 1 just because.
Okay.
It's not super big. It's just lore stuff, but
Mm.
Right. Just changes.
So oracles.
it just changes like everything and all the stuff that you guys are doing and all of it. So it's fine.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
naturally. So, oracles do not necessarily speak the future, but they interpret or speak the will of the gods through sign.
Yeah, I'm sticking with Clothis.
But that's
Good choice.
but that to me is the like I'm answering your question
Yeah.
with what oracles have been around. Oracles are never truly tied to one specific city. Usually, they are pretty independent and can roam free. Not city, poli. Sorry, polis.
Just kind of got to find them in the wild somewhere.
No,
I mean, not like in the wild.
You've
but,
stumbled
you gotta
upon
find it. They're
a wild
scattered.
Tall
oracle.
grass. They're always in the tall grass.
Always in the tall grass.
No, what I'm saying is like there have been oracles that have known to occupy, a temple on a mountaintop, but they don't necessarily affiliate themselves or tie themselves to any specific poli.
Right.
The only exception is there have been oracles existed and basically been the oracle for Akros. And
Akros
actually,
has-
yeah, but it's not always like they just choose one. In the community is they're sort of up. The last oracle from Akros was Apollonia's mother, the queen of Akros, who is thought to be dead.
She's probably a terrible person, just like Apollonia.
Yeah, the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree.
You guys didn't know King Anax either. Not long after Apollonia disappeared, her mother, the queen, Agatha, because we're keeping A's in the family, she
She's
was
fatty,
praying
too, yeah.
was praying in the temple of Iroas when she was caught up in a pillar of fire and never seen again.
Well,
But like she
Yo,
wasn't,
that's cool.
but she wasn't like burned. Like it wasn't like, oh, there's like,
it was like,
Like
a
a
teleport
spiritual
almost.
tie.
yeah, nope, not even a scorch mark. She was caught up in a pillar of fire and there was nothing left.
That's pretty sick.
Suspicious.
What a way to go.
Yep. And that is lore accurate to the book. That actually is what happens canonically to the Queen of Ashes. So,
Sweet sauce.
thank you, Theros.
Should we just continue on our course then?
Yes, that sounds good to me. Vasilis? Is there anything that you would wish to do before we, or as we sail?
No, we can keep the course.
Did anybody else have any weird dreams or feelings or see things that there are not there?
I had a dream that I was eating hundreds of pastries, but I don't think that has anything to do with
What kind of
anything
pastries?
else.
Well, let's dive into this, Alandros. Let's not disregard this pastry dream. I think Vasilis brings up a good point. What kind of pastry?
all sorts of pastries.
You're a DM. You should know better than to give us
Indecisive.
information.
I'm staying out of this. You are the guys are the ones role playing, so.
Alandros, I do have a request. A while ago, you had begun to teach me Celestial. Do you think we could continue that?
Yes, that would be great. I'd love to.
Thalassa, let us know if there's anything we can do to help you with You look like you know, holding down the ship.
Yeah, I got this. You go learn your little language.
All right, bye.
I don't even say anything, I just keep focusing.
I turn around to see if she's looking at me.
Nope.
Question: does your ability to control the tide, is that something that's renewed every day, or is that just innate?
It's every dawn. So
How long can you do it for?
I think it's
60 seconds. Well, that's all I got.
I think it said it was
Had you done it
1 hour.
before?
I had in the past, but not here.
I mean, like, not here. You have not done it yet.
No.
Here, never know.
No.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you are propelling the ship using your powers of the Bident.
Sweet sauce. Sorry, let me look this up. I had it pulled up earlier. It lasts up to 1 hour before returning to normal.
All right. Okay. Calen,
Yes.
since you're rolling exclusively this session, I'll have you roll again.
Okay.
Actually, Alandros,
Yes.
roll for me a an intelligence check.
Just intelligence.
Yes. If you exceed a 12, your teaching will be effective enough for Calen to roll advantage.
All right. Well, let's see what happens. That's a terrible place to get a nat 20, but I will take it.
Describe for
Every
me how Alandros teaches Calen, how effectively. Like, you rolled it
So-
at 20. What makes you a great teacher?
Alandros he loves teaching people. I mean, this is literally like he's a studied man, right? And so he is all about just like sharing this knowledge. And so he did it with Adelphos, and he's done it a little bit with Calen and stuff. And so he's just like very, very thrilled to be able to share this knowledge once again. And he pulls out like paper that he has, and he's writing things down and having him like say it like verbatim and learning the different vowel sounds and whatever it is that celestial is, and he's just going through it all very, very well in depth and at the pace and the level that he's not overshooting it by any means. That Calen needs to grasp this very complex language even more so than he already knows.
That was the best description of teaching the language I've ever heard.
Especially made
Nat
up one.
20, baby.
Yeah, especially made up wood.
All
I'll
right.
just give a quick shout out to my mom, who is a professor in teaching reading. So there we go. There's some knowledge there for how to teach how to read.
Nice.
Calen,
Mhm.
roll me an intelligence saving throw with advantage. You're looking to beat a 15. And also add one of Alandros' bardic inspiration dice to it, free of charge.
I was actually gonna say if I could add one.
What is that, a 10?
Charge.
D10 free
Yep.
of charge.
As long
Free of
as I
charge.
don't roll a 1.
Nothing is free in this world.
I got a 6.
Okay, yeah.
So
Did you
19,
really?
19 total. Yeah.
So wait. You rolled a
with the wrong
6.
dice,
I rolled a 6 on the bardic. I rolled
Oh,
a 10
okay.
on my
Oh,
d20.
okay.
Oh.
I have a plus 3, so I was at 13 plus 6.
Gotcha.
So 19 total.
Oh, wow. Great. Oh, so it was as long as you didn't roll a 1 on the bardic,
Yeah,
is what you're
because then I
saying.
would have hit a 14.
Gotcha. That makes more sense. I thought you meant on the D20s. So we're like, great. Sick.
Yeah, I have a plus 13 to my intelligence saving throws.
Wow. All right then.
You are part rogue, so you never know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you are learning Celestial. You're still not proficient in it.
Okay.
You're learning more how to identify and process the language structure and the words. It's beginning to unlock the actual talking structure, the verbal part.
You just don't know how to hold your mouth
Sweet.
yet.
Yeah.
Okay, so Vasilis, are you going to do anything while Theros is steering the ship and Alandros and Calen are doing their schooling?
Yeah, we'll go talk to Proteus.
I mean, you don't have to. That's why I asked you if you
I
were
know I
going
don't
to do
have
anything.
to.
It's perfect time. Do it.
I should. I shouldn't procrastinate it.
Just kidding. Do whatever your character would do. Don't listen to me.
No, do it. You have to do
The
it right
last
now. You
time
have no
that
other
he
choices.
did whatever his character would do, he betrayed us.
Okay, do it.
He killed.
Yeah.
He
Don't
killed a
tell
player
me that.
character.
He
He'll
killed
become
a
too
fellow
powerful.
player character.
It's just what my character would do.
Hashtag definitely evil.
Theseus isn't the evil one. It's me.
That makes a lot of sense.
Mwah.
You go to Proteus's cabin and he's there. You see he's just kind of sitting at his... We'll take you, hold on.
Yeah, I'll give a little knock on the door before I go in because Vasilis is courteous but also comfortable enough to do that with Proteus.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like whenever you go to your best friend's house growing up as a kid, and they're always just like, just come in, like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yep.
You still knock every time.
but you still knock because like you have good manners, you know.
Yeah.
That's fact.
So you knock, but come in.
Yeah.
You see Vasilis sitting... Sorry, not Vasilis. You see Proteus sitting at his table, sort of arms folded. He's wrapped in it, just staring at in front of him.
Proteus. Hope it's okay that I come in.
You see kind of like... Looks like he's awoken out of a trance of some sort. He says, I suppose.
Seemed lost in thought. Well, to be honest, I've found myself in the same position quite frequently. Last night. Lately.
And what happened? This place can be strange.
That is An understatement.
What did you see?
Do you see things, Proteus?
Of course. I hear things too.
Do you ever interact with them?
Only in my mind. In fact, just now, you pulled me out of it.
Yeah. This place can be strange. To answer your question, I have been seeing things. Last night, for instance, can't really make heads or tails of it, but I saw your son. I saw Theseus. At least what I thought. Yeah.
I see him often.
What does he usually say? If you don't mind me asking.
That he hates me. And that he wished I were never his father.
I would say be careful not to buy into these things, as I think that they mostly may just be a projection of ourselves.
Of course, that's what this place is. As he kind of looks around. A prison of our creation.
Well, after I saw Theseus and talked with him, um, and nothing else, we had discovered something that I wanted to ask you about. We had discovered that there's been a magic put upon my mind that I was unaware of. Powerful magic.
Seems you know why it was placed there.
No, I don't.
Hmm.
Or who put it there. I have my guesses, I'm sure you do as well. But I just wanted to come and ask. Thought maybe you would have some more insight as to what it is.
I don't know of a surety, but I could offer my guess. One I think is founded on concrete evidence. That is, if you want the burden of knowing. You see, sometimes, as he kind of stares back off the wall, The burden of regret isn't worth the liberation of knowledge. But it seems your regret plagues you regardless. So
I think regret plagues us all. I don't think that there is any escape of it.
So I will tell you if you wish to hear. I do feel it might make it worse.
I have been wrestling with the answer to that question. What would you do, Proteus?
I think that I, of all people, deserve to be plagued by the worst of my regrets and memories. So I would want to know. But you are good. I don't feel like you deserve that weight. I'll tell you what I know, but before I do, I must ask. Certainly, someone in your party is capable enough with their magic to lift this curse from your mind. Why not just ask them to, and you will have the memory yourself. You won't need me to extrapolate on things I may not know.
I don't know. I guess old habits die hard. Coming to you for help. In truth, I in some way find it comforting to ask.
You wish to know?
I do, but I think the path is my own to take. And I have to discover for myself. I think there's a book that I once read, a scroll, in my father's library, and it had a quote of a Roman philosopher that once said, "To accept death is to be liberated of it." I believe the same applies to fear, and that if you accept it, that you can truly move on from it. course, there's always more fear. But I think every step I take every step I take forward becomes easier.
Well then, I am of no use. I think your answers
I just hope
lie.
I just hope those words resonate with you, is all. And I hope you can find solace in them, as I have.
You see, he just sort of acknowledges you and then turns back to stare at the wall.
Okay. I'll leave his quarters.
All right.
And I'll meet back with everybody else.
Okay. You meet up with everybody else.
Okay.
Just when we thought you were gonna be an
You
open
know
book.
everyone else.
Suspicious.
So, what did he say?
Nervous, guys. I'm nervous. Not Vasilis, me. Well, I'm sure Vasilis is nervous as well. But he said, I think it's about time that I face this head first. It was good talking with Proteus. He was good sounding board. In truth, he always was, growing up. Except, it was different this time. In the past, he always told you what you didn't want to hear but needed to. I think he just listened, helped me find my path on my own.
So what do you want?
I want to find out what's on the other side. Whether it plagues me for the rest of my life or not, I can't know until I take that step.
It's better to know. So then you know how to better face your trials. The unknown is scary, but the known can be dealt with, worked through. I'd kind of put my hand on Vasilis' shoulder and say, whatever you must go through with this, we will stand by you.
Thank you, Alandros. And thank
Yes.
you, Calen and Velosa. I appreciate you. I have a feeling I may need it.
Well, there's a reason we gave you one of those rings.
Thank you for your trust.
Thank you for your openness.
Hopefully I still have it after this.
You will. I know we seem like the perfect heroes.
There have been mistakes.
Devilishly handsome and beautiful. But
Very.
we're all very screwed up on the inside.
Don't sell yourself short.
I think that's kind of what unifies all of us. Are you ready?
I am.
Okay.
And that's where we'll end. No, just kidding.
Oh my gosh.
I'd be
Don't
fine with that.
you
Honestly,
Joke.
dare.
Joking. I'm joking.
At least let me cast the spell.
I will.
Yeah.
So,
Zane's like, please.
Wonder's like, I've been thinking about this the whole time.
Do you,
Stop.
do you set it up specifically in any way?
me or
Do you just touch him? Yeah.
So-
like, how are you setting this up?
okay, so I'll go stand in front of Vasilis and I'll look down at my two hands and I'll close my eyes and think about my gods, specifically Krufix,
Hmm.
and I'll begin to bring my hands together, and you just see a swirling of the two. I can't remember what colors I decided Clothis was. Does anybody
Wasn't it
remember?
like white, silvery?
Is it white and gold or something?
Oh, it was like silver and
Silver.
white. Do like a light, like a very light turquoise blue.
So as those two energies start to swirl together, I open my eyes, and one of my eyes is glowing the color of Krufix, and the other one is glowing the color of Clothis. And I'd like to envision that I see just a dark, swirling mist around Vasilis' head. And I want to just take my hands and spread them apart and put them over the top of his head, having the energies grab hold of this darker energy, and then like snapping a rubber band, I just want to pull my hands away.
Cool. And you are in effect casting remove curse.
Just with a bunch of
Okay.
flavor.
That's really cool.
Dude, that was awesome.
Do you have inspiration?
Oh, I get an inspiration?
I mean, how much do you have?
I
I've been
have
giving out
2.
pretty liberally, and you guys have been sitting on it.
I have 2.
I'm not going to give you another one because...
Okay, that's fine.
You did say that our max was 3.
Okay, then I will give you 1 to 3.
I mean, I wasn't going to say anything, but since
Alandros is-
Tyson did...
Londros is like, I know because I have 3 all the time.
Exactly. No,
We're
because I used to
saving
have
them
more. And
for
then
the final fight.
I know. I'm just going to make it impossible. You're going to fight the actual Earth.
Yeah, okay, we'll see how impossible
Okay.
it is.
All right. Vasilis, were you sitting, standing, laying, leaning? What were you?
Fall off the boat. Just kidding.
Downward
I'll say
dog.
standing.
Okay. So as you sort of dissipate this magical aura that you can see around Vasilis' head, Vasilis, you feel yourself overrushed with memories, and you so much so that you essentially faint or pass out a little bit. You begin to fall backward onto Calen and the group who catch you. I'm not gonna make you guys roll anything. I'm like, nope, you hit your head and you die. No, but you kind of catch him and lay him down. Returning to Acro style, a quick flashback.
Oh, I love flashbacks, baby.
Vasilis, you have just won the games. You've defeated your best friend in Mortal Kombat, and instead of ending his life, you chose to spare his. And after you receive the laurels and the congratulation and the celebratory sort of party that happens the night of your win, the next morning you're honored in a tribute parade where people come and they give you gifts. Essentially, you ride in a chariot, the bottom of Akros, winding your way up the streets to the top, where essentially you're crowned, for lack of a better term, victor. And in this chariot ride, the city come and they lay roses and flowers beneath the feet of the horses pulling the chariot, and then they offer gifts, either giving them to you or setting them on your chariot. And as you're sort of taking in this awe and majesty of winning the most prestigious event in your or any other lifetime as far as Akros goes, you see somebody sort of walks beside you, a cloaked figure, somewhat hidden from the crowd around you that's giving you presents. And he says, "Victor, champion of Iroas, would you like to know true power?"
Yes. Sure.
And his cloak sort of covering his face, you're not really being able to see. He walks up. And he gives you a coin. He sort of shakes your hand.
I'll look at the coin.
Okay. It's large and not a common currency in the city. You see that it is a roughly stamped, almost rusty metal coin, bearing on one side a small map of a part of the city which you are familiar with a little star identifying a location. And then on the other side, a symbol of Mogus.
As soon as I see the symbol, I clutch it to my chest, to make sure, to hide it.
Okay. As you do so and look up frantically to see who would have given you such an evil token, they're gone, lost in the crowd.
Okay.
So as you proceed with the day, you're crowned victor with a golden laurel crown. And you sit next to King Anax, a symbol of your status as eventual captain of his guard. as the legion of his protectors come and swear an oath to uphold and defend you as you uphold and defend Akros for the rest of your life. An honor few are able to participate in. And you see Proteus is there, along with your father. Your father, any father would be proud on this day, but Proteus seems, but your father seems agitated, displeased. And you see Proteus is beaming. You see he comes up and he shakes your hand. And he says, "It was a good fight. It was a fair fight. And I'm honored to call you my equal in the defense of the city. And I hope that one day I can pass down my prowess to you, as you seem to be far more capable than my son."
You're too kind, Proteus. I could never accept something like that.
Well, time will tell.
But thank you.
Mm-hmm. And you see he leaves. Your sister is there. Everyone is celebrating you. But you feel this weight, almost this burning in your pocket of this token as you stand in the midst of Akros, in the presence of Iroas. Festivities last the whole day until you finally find by yourself at home with the last of your guests.
So all of like the guests have kind of left. Is that what you meant? Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, I think at this point he would get curious and pull out the map just to take a look at it again. Make sure no one's looking.
Mm-hmm. Still roughly human, but you can make out a very particular point in the city. Down lower, not up where your house resides with Patten. Down low in the common area of the city, sort of pushed up against this cliff face underneath the palace.
Gotcha. He would kind of say to himself, just thinking out loud, just kind of mulling over what's going on. He would just say, "True power." Kind of give the coin a little tap on the desk nervously, just kind of thinking. And then sneak out of the balcony
Okay.
in his room that kind of overlooks. You can actually see the arena that over at the rhododendron home estate is.
Yeah.
That trains in.
Roll me a stealth check.
Oh,
Are you wearing your armor?
no, I wouldn't say
Okay.
so.
So roll it just straight.
Oh my gosh. Why do I...
Yep. So you are able to sneak out, as you've done before. Perfectly silently. And as you wind your way... Oh.
Sorry.
Would you head down to the
Yeah,
location
I
on
would
the
follow.
coin? As you wind your way down, you find yourself standing in front of what appears to be a darkened passageway with an iron grate at it. Tucked in an alleyway behind some shops.
I'll give like the iron grate like a tug.
It opens.
Oh,
It creaks as you push it into this passageway.
okay. I'll go down in.
All right. As you begin to descend into the depths of this passageway beneath Acro, you begin to hear a chant. And you see the flickering lights.
Before Vasilis reaches, it looks like this room or something. I'm
Mhm.
assuming.
There's
Okay.
a door with light coming from beneath it.
Oh, gotcha. Before that, he would kind of stop in his tracks and kind of talk to himself, kind of assess the situation. He'd say, he would think back to when he was being crowned the victor, and the face, his father's face, and how little he seemed to care, displeased, disinterested. And he would say, I'll get my father to notice me, true power. Then he'll never overlook me or my abilities again. And he'll love me. And then with that, he walks towards the chanting.
Okay. As you open the door, you see various cloaked figures kneeling and chanting around it, with a sacrificed horse on it, the effigy of Mogus. And you see one turns around, uncloaks her hood, and you can tell by her voice as she greets you, she was actually the coin in the crowd. And she says, "Welcome, Vasilis. If you seek true power, we can uplift you and make you Mogus' Lord of Chaos." As she kind of like has a dagger in her hand, steps back and gestures you toward this altar.
He starts walking towards it, cautiously but with a purpose.
Okay. Swear an oath to Mogus. Denounce Iroas. Become our leader. And we will help you gain the artifacts of Mogus so you can reign triumphant. And she sort of like hands the knife to you, implying that you would have to make a blood oath.
He'll take the knife from her. And as he begins to speak, he, his voice catches as he's nervous, and he swallows hard and he says, and he pauses, just thinking it over. Denounce Irolis. He takes it and he pushes the blade against his hand, hesitates and slices into his hand, lets the blood pour off onto the table.
Now swear fealty to Mogus, and it will be complete. You will be his champion.
I swear my fealty to the god of slaughter.
And you see as your blood drips onto the altar, it begins to be pulled to the center. And you see as smoke from the torches and the embers begin to collect over this altar, you can begin to hear laughter. Yes. And you begin to see the shape of Mogus forming in this mixture of blood and smoke. Kneel before me, champion.
He'll kneel down.
Okay.
Wait. Well,
It's complete. You're the champion of Mogus now.
wait. Hold on. He doesn't kneel down. I forgot.
I was like, where?
Got caught up. I thought it was.
Oh
thesis for
my
a second.
gosh.
Sorry, guys.
I was like, where is this going? Backtrack a little bit.
Not a retcon. It's a
Just to after
I
the.
was just about to say.
Yeah.
This
Sorry,
would
guys.
count, listeners. You had to go back from when we asked you originally.
Watch all the comments just be this timestamp.
Oh,
Actually, like 100% do
Amazing.
that. Just comment this timestamp.
Okay.
The evil
This
is
Get
too
carried away.
enticing.
Sorry.
I love how the
Bl-
evil's too enticing for Zane. He's just like, yes, I do it.
Like,
He's like, wait a sec, I'm playing a good character.
Sorry, I thought I was Theseus. It's too enticing.
As Vasilis starts to see the blood pour down onto the altar,
mm-hmm.
getting all over him as well. It's a deep cut.
Mm-hmm. And it's even like you see as it's beginning to make this smoke and blood form shape. It's like even blood out, like actively as it's mixing in.
Right.
And then you hear the laughter of Mogus. Yes. Kneel before me, champion. My champion.
His heart starts to beat out of his chest where you can just feel it, just pounding. And he closes his hand to almost cut off the blood as much as he can.
Mm.
Takes a step back. He says, just kind of to himself, what have I done? And he starts to assess the room to see if there's any exits.
I mean, yeah, it's right behind you where you walked in.
Right, okay.
No one's guarding it. It's everyone is participating in this ritual.
Exactly. I just didn't know if it was guarded or if there was multiple exits or anything like that.
No, everyone is like, I mean, it's full on ritual time. It's like hoods are up. People have sliced their own hands to contribute to this ritual.
Oh, that's awkward.
Like, it's in full swing.
And with just everyone, he just looks around at everyone, kind of just looking at him. And he just continues to take steps back until finally he just...
And you see as he takes steps back, yeah, the woman that led you down here. Wait, what are you doing? No, the ritual isn't complete. And then as you... What'd you say?
Just that I can't finish this.
Okay, and as you turn to run, she calls after you. You will pay for this! You will pay! We will get our revenge! As it echoes down the this corridor. Okay, you run out of the place. Where do you run to?
It's a good question. I hadn't thought about that. Where does he run to? He's gonna run to the rhododendron estate, and he's gonna sneak into the... not sneak in. There's like a gate kind of on the side where you can go walk into the arena in the back that he knows how to get into because he goes there all the time to train with Theseus and Proteus.
Right.
And he kind of just paces around there for a while and until kind of, he rips some of his shirt off, ties it around his hand till the blood stops.
Okay.
Kind of just paces around in the night for a minute to kind of catch his bearings.
Okay.
Until finally he goes back inside.
To his own house?
His own house, yeah.
Okay.
And from there he's gonna find his way into his father's library, the family library.
Okay. It's late. You go in and you actually see manuscripts.
See what kind of manuscripts?
He's studying manuscripts.
Oh. Father?
Yes, what is it? What could the great Victor want now?
A book? Knowing that this would almost pique his interest, like Vasilis, Vasilis wanting to learn something,
A book of what?
A book of something on... Well, do you... You have to promise you won't be upset with me.
Book on what, son?
A book on alterings the mind.
Why would you ever want something like that?
And he kind of just rubs his face.
Wait, what happened to your hand? I know your ear was injured in the fight, but I never saw your hand got cut.
I have something I have to tell you.
Okay. What is it?
I've made a mistake. I was only doing it for you. I didn't go through with it.
With what?
And I would tell him the events of what happened, how someone had came and gave me the coin with the map, and I went there and I stopped the ritual, and yeah.
Okay. So, you see your father sits you down after listening to all of this. And as you tell him, he asks in great detail exactly where you went, exactly what the people looked like, exactly how you got there. And you assume, or can assume, that it's because he's the head priest of Iraklidis, root out worshippers of Moses. And after you regale him with the story, you see he kind of looks at you with almost a look of relief in his eyes. And he says, "We won't need a book to alter your memory. I can understand why you want to forget. Let me do it for you. I know the magic's required."
Thank you. I'm so sorry. I just
No.
I can't.
You won't need to be sorry. It'll be as if it never happened. And then you sort.
Wait, what?
Wait, say that again.
You said out.
You sort of fade out of consciousness then, right? And then you begin to stir into another memory. It's of Theseus, his trial. You were able to go to only first part because for some reason you fell in a grave illness, nearly killing you. So grave it brought you to the brink of death. And then, in sort of a last moment to save your life, greater restoration was used to heal you. And at this point, the flood of memories come back, and as you're sitting here with your father, who's the one that healed you, this is also after you've received all the information about Theseus and his prosecution, the charges laid against him. Your father says, you should live now.
Father, what have you done?
What do you mean? I've just saved your life.
I can remember.
And you see almost like a look of he's so stupid he looked the fact that him using magic to save your life would have erased your memory. Yes, no, you're fine. I'll just alter your memory again. It will be as if it never happened. This was a necessary step I had to take to save your life. Don't worry. And see he begins to walk towards you.
No.
What? Why not?
Stay back. I wanted to forget. And you took my mistake. You framed my best friend.
You see, he looks he looks sort of shocked that you pieced it together. But says, I don't know what you're talking about.
You told them all that Theseus was the one to go to the Temple of Mogus. But it wasn't him.
No, he went. There's witnesses.
Father, he's on trial. He's going to become a slave.
It's out of our hands now. There's nothing that can help it.
I can't stand by and do nothing.
You see, he looks nervously. And he says, all right. All right, I won't stop you from doing what you think is right.
Good. I'm sure King Anax will have mercy. It's the right thing to do.
Yes, yes. Yes, it is.
Theseus has been through enough already. I can't abandon him a second time. It'll all be all right in the morning.
You're right. Rest now. You still need to recover.
And
you see he leaves.
Yeah.
In the middle of the night, you're awoken by whispers. We have to do it. But why? Just trust me. This will be the best for your family. This will be the best for my daughter, for Vasilis. Let's just say if we don't do this now, it could jeopardize the plan. Theseus could go free. You recognize the voices to be Proteus and your father. And just as you sort of blink awake, you see they realize. And Proteus, as you begin to sit up, grabs you by your shoulders and forces you against the bed. As he looks at your father, and your father looks in. Trust me, this is for the best. And then he outstretches his hands towards you. And that's what you remember. And sort of as he outstretches his hands towards you, you realize, indeed, the same magic he had performed before that made you forget. And you, eyes bolt open and sort of wake up again from this trance with your friends around.
from there, Vasilis just doubles over onto the ground, on his knees and hands, and just sobs uncontrollably. Tries to get out some words, but they're incoherent.
And as you sit there, racked with the realization of your own regret, that is where we will end our session.
What the freak?
Yo, what do y'all
But
think?
two?
Dads suck. Oh my gosh.
Thank you all for watching. Go check us out on our social media like and subscribe, hit the notification button, and while you're waiting for our next episode to come out next week, go check out Curse of Strahd, the entire first season here on YouTube and anywhere podcasts can be found, and also binge first season of Theros, anywhere podcasts can be found. Is there anything else anyone else wants to plug?
The after show for this, because it's going to be juicy.
Yeah, that will come in a couple weeks. Go check out the after show of the last few episodes if you want juicy stuff as well. But until then, as always, we love you.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.